No, this is not an unboxing video. And it's not a review. Let me make sure you're in focus.
I've told you before, don't you dare get back into bed. Can't you see that it's late? No, you can't have a drink.
Okay, I just bought this radio, and I know on YouTube there are probably 100 reviews of this radio and some comparisons. The first thing you notice when you, not only on the box, but on the radio itself, is it's unbranded. No branding on this radio. That's because it's built by a company called Lextronics. That's the original Eton company. So when you buy this radio and it says Grundig or Eton or unbranded like this, no, it's all the same radio. What's really upsetting to me sometimes is when this radio is branded Grundig. Now in people's minds all over the world, when they see that Grundig branding, they say, oh, the first thing comes to your mind, German workmanship, German technology. That's what comes to mind. And don't get me wrong, I like this radio. It is what it is. It's only 65 euros, and it is what it is. But the problem is, when it says Grundig on it, and you reach over to the tuning knob, and you can see just by touching it, the tuning, how wobbly it is, how flimsy it is. This is just really poor workmanship. And this message is to Eton or Lextronics, whichever one that claims responsibility for it. You knew that this was poor workmanship when it came off the production line. Yet, you choose to put a Grundig name on it for people who don't know that Grundig has been out of business more than 30 years. And they think they're getting a quality product when they get shoddy workmanship like this. And when it's in the FM mode, if you just touch this, look at this. This is just touching it. When it's in shortwave mode, and you touch this, it'll change on the frequency display. So know this, that it's an analog radio with a digital frequency readout. Now, with that said, I like the radio. What's really surprised me was how good of FM reception you get with the antenna all the way down. Now, I live in an area, I'm surrounded by mountains. I'm down in the valley. And I have a hard time getting FM reception because, you know, FM's basically line of sight, I guess. But this radio really picks up well on FM. On shortwave, it's during daytime. I haven't hooked an external antenna up to it yet. But it worked as good as any other radio in this price range. You know, of course you get CRI, Radio Romania, Voice of Turkey, all the standard loud ones in Europe during the daytime. Yeah, at nighttime or when propagation is good, or you have a long wire antenna hooked up to it or any other kind of external antenna, I'm sure this thing is going to come to life. On the side here, you have a local DX switch, and this works really well. You can really tell the difference in it. It has two jacks here, so you can hook this up to another speaker or run it through your stereo system. The other thing I wanted to say was it has a plug for external FM antenna. And here in this area, normally I need it. In fact, I have a FM high gain antenna on top of the roof, and the whole house is wired for the FM antenna besides cable. And so I could just plug this in and use that antenna if I wanted to. This is a little disappointing, but it's not a big problem for me. Is the shortwave jacks? You have the ground and the lead for the antenna. And this is no problem to me because I can use my dipole antenna which doesn't have a connector because I run it through this same type of connector on my antenna tuner. But so it's no big deal. It comes with, the only thing the radio comes with really is the, what do I do with it? Oh, here's my daughter's laptop. Is power supply. I haven't tried this yet. I got it running on 4 AA batteries, got a power supply. I don't know if this thing is noisy or not, but I'll try that later. I just wanted to show you today a radio. It has 2 battery compartments. You can run it. You can run the radio off of the charger, or D-cell batteries, or 4 AA batteries, which is nice. I really like that. It has a nice carrying strap. And so, nice big readout, no problem there. It has RF gain, which on Radio Romania, here, all my radios will overload because it's so loud, and I can use this as an attenuator. And I like that. And it has 2 tone controls, bass and treble. And they work okay. And then the volume control is here. And it gets pretty loud. And then you have the band selector switch, which is really touchy. But these are not as sloppy as this. This is just, I just can't believe this, how sloppy this is. I always make these videos with the beginner in mind, because I want young people to get involved in shortwave radio like I did, because I think it made me a better person. It helped educate me. And listening to broadcast band radio like Radio Romania, they have English language service, and you can learn about their culture and their language and all kinds of things. Same thing with CRI. And but I think a 10, 11, 12-year-old kid getting into shortwave, I think he would have this broken in no time. Look at that. It's just unbelievable. Like I say, they had to know this was shoddy work when it rolled off production line. Yet they chose to not fix it. And this radio's been out a long time. They've had time enough to realize it. And I intend on writing the company, and I'm complaining to them about it. And I don't really want to be compensated because, like I said, it's only 65 euros. But today I got the radio and I started playing around with it. And it is really a fun radio. And if your standards aren't too high, you would enjoy it also. And tonight I'm going to hook the dipole antenna up to it and see how it works out. And I like it so far though. And this is impressive. The operation manual is very clear. It's written very well. It's clear, and it has a whole section if you're new to shortwave, tuning in shortwave stations. What time of day to tune in, what frequencies are best in the day and what are best in the night. And it's really well written. I was shocked. This, it says here, frequency lock feature. The S350DL uses a unique circuit for AM and shortwave tuning to optimize frequency stability and minimize signal drifting. I wonder what this unique circuit is. It's certainly in DSP, so I think that's just a load of crap, is what I really think. Just something to sell radio. And anyway, very nice manual, very well written. And so it even tells you what the bands are, the times, like I say, the times, day to listen to shortwave, and it's in English. And they even show you, they give you a chart for the shortwave bands, and day bands and night bands, etc., etc., etc. So that's really good. Would I recommend this? No, not really. I wouldn't recommend this radio to anyone who, you know, just doesn't have $65 or 65 euros to, you know, throw in the wind. If you're on a budget and you want to get into shortwave radio, I wouldn't buy this radio. I would stick with something like the XX Data or a Sony or the Eton satellite, Grundig satellite Eton. One of those, something like that. But for just somebody who's got extra 65 or 60, whatever it costs in the U.S., It's not a bad radio, and I'm not complaining too much. This is the only thing that upsets me. And right here, got to be a fix for that. I'm not going to open it now, but I'm going to check it out and see if there is a fix for it, because this really gets me. And today's videos brought to you by S350, German cola and orange. Americans hate this stuff, but I like it. How do you know you've been in Germany too long? It's when you wear socks with sandals. My wife said, you really look like a German. And I guess my standards are lower or higher, but this seemed like the thing to wear today. So anyway, be making some more videos, and maybe make another video of this after I figure out all the shortwave that works on different antennas. And my active antenna, I know, is going to bring this thing to life. So we'll try that too and get back with you. So with all that said, thanks for listening to all my bull. Signal Hunter said that, and Signal Hunter is out.